Hello, everyone. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're talking about the Rebel Witches Tarot. This one is cool. It comes in one of these drawer boxes, which are not my favorite, but it's what we get from the Vivita Publishing collab. So this one is a Vivita Publishing collaboration with Ixia Press. This was sent over to me from Dover Publications. Ixia is an imprint of Dover, and this is cool. This is cool. This slid right past me. I did not see this when it came out. I don't think, but I don't remember seeing it. But I'm so glad to have it now, and be able to share it here with you. So let's take a look. It says, capture the spirit of the rebel witches with a tarot deck and book set. Combining witchcraft and tarot, this unique 78 card deck features real and fictional heroes and heroines from around the world. Major arcana includes powerful figures. The minor arcana is renowned artists, musicians, photographers, and writers, including Mary Shelley and Zora Neale Hurston. The cards are based on classic writer Wade Smith. Full color 128 guidebook offers interpretations of each card. Here's the guidebook. Comes with the tuck box inside the box, which is so helpful because these drawer boxes come open very easily. So at least if I know if they're in this tuck box, they're not gonna they're not gonna slide out. And then also because I keep my decks out of the boxes when I'm using them, it's nice to have this like nice little thin box that I can keep them in. Here are the backs of the cards, and very simple, very clean. They definitely give this comic book vibe that they're going for with the artwork and the graphic design and everything. So there's that. Let's look at the book. Just a plain table of contents, nothing really to see there. It does talk about who inspired the deck. So it says the deck was inspired by all people who, in one way or another, acted unconventionally in pursuing their craft, their wisdom, and their way of being. Starting with ancient witches such as Circe, or herbalists and scholars such as Hildegard of Bingen, all the way to Julia Butterfly Hill, the young woman who chose to live in a large tree to oppose deforestation. The cards are also dedicated to those whom history has forgotten for belonging to an ethnic or gender minority. Likewise, the deck contains men. They too are witches, if we recognize all those who have the courage to carry out an unusual and luminous feat that continues to shine across years and centuries. This work is dedicated to all those healers, prophets, musicians, and scholars who had to fight to have their voices heard. Specifically, even though she is not in the deck, I dedicate this tarot to Bell Hooks, the writer, activist, and feminist who claimed the margins as a space of power, belonging, and awareness. The tarot, with its imaginative language that still speaks to us today, is just as defiant because it's unclassifiable, changeable, always new, and above all, capable of expressing a different outlook, helping anyone who comes across it to find inspiration and beauty along their life's path. Talks about the structure of the deck. Everything is the same with the titles and things. What the court cards are, and they do symbolize childhood, adolescence, maturity, and the senior years in this deck, and then the four seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, respectively. Up about the card and the person on the card and how their energy, what they've done to end up on this card, how they landed on this card, and then you get a couple of keywords at the bottom for the majors. And then when you get into the minor, so here are the numbered cards. They don't have any specific people. The swords are pens. So the court cards have people assigned to them. So as you go through, it's similar to the major arcana in that it gives you the name of the person assigned to the card, and then the write-up kind of discusses how they landed on that card. And you still get the keywords at the bottom. In the back, you've got some preparation for your deck, how to cleanse it, a few sample spreads, and then about the artist and the author. So here for the Fool, we have the Witch. This is Margaret Murray. This is a representation of Mother Shipton with the moth there. And I'll just read it to you because I had to look in the book because I was like, what? Huh? It says Ursula Southfield was born in a cave in England in 1488. Since childhood, she was affiliated with the world of water and perception. She was a legendary personality, a soothsayer, and a prophet. She understood medicinal herbs and bestowed her prophecies even upon the powerful and a king. In England, she was known as Mother Shipton and was so famous that Mother Shipton's moth was named after her because it was said that the witch's face was depicted on its wings. She is high priestess in touch with intuition, perception, listening, symbolism, and the deep waters of dreams. A figure on the threshold of two worlds, she is wise and carries with her the message of intuition and all that is invisible. So I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. I didn't know that about the moth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about moths. So I was glad that it explained it. This is Lilith. And this is Dahaya El Kahina, the queen of nomadic Berber tribe, and she was the protagonist of the resistance against the Arab invasion in North Africa in the 17th century. I learned some things in this book. This is Cicely Fateman, a Haitian voodoo priestess. Here's Willow and Tara from Buffy. And I was like, that's out of left field. When I saw Willow and Tara, I was like, what? Huh? We have fictional characters in here, but then this chick showed up. This is the lady from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Remember her? If you remember her, raise your hand, please. I know that movie is very old and I'm probably dating myself, but yeah, she's in there. We've got Cersei, and I like the way they modernize these people. It's wonderful. This is Julia Butterfly Hill. They talked about her at the beginning. These are just the three witches from Macbeth, but they're, make them modern. Minerva McGonagall, another pop culture representation. This is the Wicked Witch of the West. Again, another pop culture representation. Here we have the Santa Muerte, Hildegard of Bingen. We heard about her at the beginning. They made Anne Boleyn the devil, and I was like, huh? So I'm just going to read it. It says, Anne Boleyn, who became Queen of England and caused a religious schism, was a woman of extraordinary charisma. She was the second wife of King Henry VIII, who, in a male dominated world, stifled her drive to assert her political ambitions by condemning her to the gallows. The devil is a card signifying oppression and liberation. It represents our fears and addictions, emotional, social, physical, and holds the key to conquering them. It is important to remain pure and true to oneself, even when condemned to the gallows by the world, like Anne Boleyn, who was a woman, a courtesan, and a queen without having to manipulate anyone. Today, we remember her as one of history's first feminist icons. Her only daughter, Elizabeth, became one of England's most influential queens. And then the keywords here for the devil are dependency, liberation, and breaking the rules. So, I mean, you can do with that what you will. I was like, interesting. Ursula K. Le Guin. She was an author, Starhawk. She was an eco-feminist activist. Lady of the Lake for the moon. Tituba, which was a witch from the witch trials in Massachusetts, I believe. Wait, let me just look. Let me not lie. Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, many women who deviated from social norms were identified as witches. Among them was Tituba, who was even more vulnerable and marginalized as an enslaved Native American. She was accused of practicing voodoo, although there was no evidence to support that theory. Then we have for the judgment, that is Joan of Arc. And for the world, we have Aradia. It says that she is the mother of all witches and the first to arrive on Earth. And so then we get into the swords. I'm just going to read to you a little bit about what it says here in this about the suit of swords. It says the swords relates to the element of air, crystalline, shiny, pure, and honest. It represents intellect, mental processes, communication, speech, and writing. In swords, we encounter determination, the ability to be forward looking and maintain focus and strategy. Known as the trickiest of the minor arcana suits, swords involves mental traps and blockages, our fears and self imposed limitations. Along the inward journey, we encounter pain and challenges, as well as some of the most complex cards in the deck. At the same time, we can conjure the strength needed to face them. The court cards in this suit are dedicated to writers who revolutionized literature. All right, there's our 8. There's the 9 and 10. And of course, we have the pens for the swords. The writers presented here, we have Mary Shelley. This is Mary Shelley. You can see Frankenstein there. This is Janet Frame. She is a New Zealand author and poet. This is Zora Neale Hurston, American author and poet. Or is she a poet? I think maybe just an author. And this is Anna Julia Cooper. It says that she is a visionary writer and activist born into slavery and destined to become one of the leading radical figures of early Black feminism. The suit of pentacles relates to the earth, the physical, fertile, the concrete aspects of life. The suit expresses issues relative to sustenance, stability, and the shape that our dreams and projects take. This is where daily magic manifests. Everything that is fixed and visible and simultaneously magical and nourishing. In this suit, we encounter our home, the community we live in, and our work. Its element is the earth. The court cards in this one relate to photographers who have focused their disruptive and subversive gaze on the visual arts. I love this suit. So cute. This 9 of Pentacles is just, she just got life. She has life. Every time I see her smile, I get happy. Okay, so let's see who the court cards are. I can't remember. So this is Florestine Perot Collins. She is one of the first African American photographers of the early 20th century. This is Carrie Mae Weems, multifaceted artist who's best known for her photography exploring issues in the African American community. This is Vivian Mayer, the photographer who was discovered posthumously after her negatives were found inside a box at an antique market. Isn't that something? And this is Robert Mapplethorpe. It says he is a nonconformist and rebellious photographer, and in addition to his portraits of many famous people, he depicted New York's gay subculture to which he belonged and portrayed many nudes that were almost exclusively male and erotic. Okay, so now we're on to the cups. Okay, so through the suit of cups, we enter the realm of emotion and the subconscious. Whenever the element of water, which the suit represents, appears, we are in the presence of emotion, even with the majors. Let's see what else it says here. With cups, we explore our emotional lives and relationships that go along with them: friendship, love, trust, and belonging, but also loss, sorrow, and nostalgia. Through the cups, we can do profound inner work to connect with our hearts and make room for the desires we harbor there. The court cards in this suit are dedicated to musicians who have made history. Let's see who we get. This is Scott Joplin. He's a composer. This is Courtney Love. She is a singer, a rock singer, American rock singer. This is Florence Price. Who is Florence Price? She is a composer and pianist. And then we have David Bowie. I don't think David Bowie needs any introduction. So let's look at the Ace of Wands. It says, in the suit of Wands, the element of fire, passion, determination, power, need, and struggle inhabit this symbol. We get in touch with our ability to act, the instinctive view of existence, the energy burgeoning in spring, and life's primordial aspect. This suit closely relates to creativity and art. One must be mindful that in order to remain burning, a fire requires constant attention. But if that attention becomes excessive, it can burn. Wands embody the brightest and most challenging aspects of this manifestation. The court cards in this suit are dedicated to painters who created a new, rebellious, and nonconformist vision of the world. All right, let's see who we got. Wands, we have Artemisa Gentileschi. She is from the 17th century painter from the school of Caravaggio. Wonderful. Oh, I know her paintings. Now that I think about it, I know her paintings. I can see them in my mind. So this is Jean-Michel Basquiat. So this is Lois Milo Jones. She creates ceremonial masks and I think other types of kind of ceremonial motifs. And then this is Andy Warhol. He was a pop art painter. Love his little hamburger there. And then these are the backs. They are extremely glossy and very stiff. So I shuffle them sideways. I'll just, my hands, I have small hands. I can't shuffle them the normal way. If you have larger hands than me, you might, I don't know, if you have any of these decks, I think if you have the Magic Cats Tarot, the Find Your Magic Tarot, the Zodiac Tarot, these are all generally the same cardstock. So. Okay, so let's pick a card and see what we get. We'll read from the Knight of Wands. That's John Michael Basquiat. So let's read Basquiat. So here's the write-up if you'd like to read it for yourself. So it says, the Knight of Wands is concentrated passion, energy, and enthusiasm, ready to implement the concept of the page. They are someone who moves courageously, unafraid of risks along the way. They love leading and are outgoing and sociable. Avoid getting overwhelmed or carried along by this knight's impetuousness, which is needed to unblock stagnant situations. This card is dedicated to John Michael Basquiat, one of the most important graffiti artists. He took his street art to galleries and museums. His work reflects a great urgency about themes such as contemporary society and capitalist hypocrisy. Keywords: impulsiveness, enthusiasm, act first, and think later. First deck I had to try with it was the Royal Oracle. You know I had to try the Royal Oracle with it. If you don't know this Oracle deck, this is I think this was the first deck I ever got from MJ Cullinane. This is an indie Oracle deck from MJ Cullinane. All about feminist figures, and it's full of feminist wisdom, and I really enjoy it. So here we have Ida Lewis, and the book is nothing, like it's just a few pages, but each one of these write-ups is so good. It's a really good deck, and I wish that I had picked up there was an LGBTQIA expansion that she did. She had like a Kickstarter for it or something, or maybe it wasn't Kickstarter. It might have been a different crowdfunding site, but I missed it, and it's never been reprinted, and I've been sad about it ever since. So I really hope that someday she reprints that expansion, because I always want an expansion for any deck that I just love, and I just love this one. So here we have Amelia Earhart with the Eight of Wands and Death. Oh, wow. Wow. And then Louise Hay with Seven of Wands and the Six of Cups. And the Seven of Swords with Strength and Vera Rubin. And let's just do one more. The Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords with, is this Budisha? I'm not sure exactly how to say that. But yeah, here's Dion Fortune. I like this pairing a lot, because it's got the same sort of vibe to it, rebel witches. This is the Alquite Oracle, or the She Who Oracle in English. So all of the cards say she who does this, she who does that, and I wanted to try them together, so I did, and it's not terrible. I mean, it's not the most matchy look, but it's definitely a vibe. So we have Justice with the Ace of Wands, and then She Who Stands. See? We've got the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Wands and She Who Battles. And this one says Justice, Fierce, and Commitment. The Three of Wands with the Nine of Cups and She Who Whispers, Secrets, Confessions, and Confidant. And Six of Swords with the Hanged Man. I feel like all of Celia Latari's decks have Hanged Man, where it's like you just see the legs and some underwear. Like, what's up with these underwear? How come they never say in the guidebook what's up with the underwear? I looked. It does not say what's up with the underwear. I'm pretty sure I have another deck of hers Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me get it. Hang on. Okay, I was right and I was wrong. So it was not a Cecilia Latari deck. It was this one, the Find Your Magic Tarot, which is not by the same author, but it does have a very similar Hanged Man. This is what I was remembering. But see, still underwear on a line. So I don't know. If anybody knows what's up with the underwear, let me know because I have no clue. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, this is the Shihu Tarot or the Elqui Oracle. I'm sorry, the Elqui Oracle with the what? I don't know. I've forgotten what I was even talking about. I got distracted. I got up and walked away and started looking through decks. And what else goes with this deck? Let's try it with the messages from her Oracle. This is another deck that I have that is like feminist wisdom. And I thought maybe we could see. I mean, the artwork is very different and everything, but maybe. You never know. You never know until you try. I think, all right, I've got them figured out here. So we've got the Two of Pentacles with the High Priestess and Intelligence. Julia Child, Passion with the King of Wands and the Tower. She's got rolling pins and he's got one of those wooden spoons for cooking. King of Wands and the Tower. Wow. Hope with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And Independence with the Ace of Swords and the World. I like this. I think this is cool. I think I might like this better than I do the Roar Oracle. I'm glad I tried it. Charisma with the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And one more. Queen of Wands with the Seven of Cups and Visibility. And so that again is the messages from her Oracle. And that's my last pairing. So that's the Rebel Witches Tarot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you have this one? It's been out for a little while. It's new to me, but I was so excited when I saw it. And I'm so glad that Dover sent it over to me for review because I really enjoy this deck. And it's perfect. The coloring is perfect for what I want to be using this time of year. So yeah, I'm here for this. I love the diversity in it. I like the way they set up the suits. And I like the powerful people that they've chosen and why, and how they talk about the things that they've done to kind of change things. I think that's interesting. Kind of how they stepped outside of the box to try to make a difference or to try to be the change, you know? And I enjoyed learning about that as I was reading through the guidebook for some of these people I may never have known about because I'm not like a history buff or anything, you know? If you're a person who really enjoys history or reading with these sort of cultural decks or reading with real people in your decks, some of these are not real people, but you know, having people that have a story behind them in your decks, then you might enjoy this one. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I would love to have you. Let me know in the description box below what you think of this deck, what you would pair it with. If you have it, have you been using it? How's it reading for you? Let me know all of the things or whatever you'd like to share about the deck. I'd love to hear it. And links will be in the description box below where you can pick up this deck and anything else that you saw here today. As always, lots of other things down there in my description box. So take a look around if you want to. You know, ways to support the channel and stuff like that. And until I see you next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.